This is Movies in Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to you?
Jesus, yeah. Alright, everybody, welcome back.
Hey.
Hi, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's good. It's a wonderful week, beautiful day. Yes, so...
Questionable
day for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't die. You got knocked out in our D&D game. Cali almost died, which she's upset about.
Yeah. You almost fucking killed me, you monster.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. No, it's not funny. It's tragic that it happened today. Mm-hmm. And we are talking about this movie that kind of has a little bit of a similarity with my D&D character, and she is pretty much dead.
Well, I did kill you. She just didn't die.
Wow, you are so clever.
Thank you. Anywho.
That was really cute, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was adorable. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yes.
Moment of silence for Dixie.
For Dixie Normus, who I killed but didn't die. She'll have a change of heart. Okay, moment's done. The moment is done. It is past. So, I found out a good, interesting thing. Apparently, I was mistaken. Apparently, 13th Warrior did hit theaters.
Oh, yes, you heard that today.
I did, yeah. A couple friends said
Before
that they
you
saw
killed
it.
me.
Exactly. A couple of friends did say they thought. I must have misread or misheard or missed something. I blame the wine. So, let's move on. That was the past.
Well,
This is the now.
It selected.
I think I don't know. It probably hit theaters. I don't know. I blame the wine. It was either selected or they chose. It either came out in theaters or it was selected theaters. I don't remember.
Selected theaters, probably. I don't know.
All of my knowledge and thought and everything else went into this film that we are about to discuss for the week.
True, but you did do your research, and...
No. I did my research.
Of course you did.
It was just...
Are we going to talk like this the
Was it
entire
right?
time?
Absolutely. We are going to be speaking in the RP
RP. Oh
for
boy.
this wonderful show because it happens to be a Shakespearean day. Let us allow the boy to drink. If he will not. So, moving on with the fifth.
Nope. Yep, he's good.
He's done.
Yes. This morning's film is Stage Beauty.
Stage Beauty.
Yes. Came out in 2004.
Oh.
Claire Danes.
Remarkable.
Yes. Billy Crudup.
Crudup.
Crumpets?
Billy Crumpets. That's his name for today. Billy Crumpets.
No, that's terrible. Very, very, very good actor.
Mm-hmm. Tom Wilkinson. We can never forget Tom.
No, and actually, speaking of Tom, our wine is dedicated to this actor.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Apothic Dark. We did Apothic Inferno.
For one of them.
I believe it was Suspiria.
Yes, the flames.
Yes, the flames. And the reason why this is a wine dedicated to Tom, because he is also in a movie that we like to quote a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Shakespeare in Love.
Yes.
He is the apothecary.
The apothecary. That's me.
That's me.
That's me.
Yes. Favorite line.
It is the best line in the entire fucking film, and we can't fucking find it.
Yeah, it's his reaction that sells it. It's his reaction.
I need to record, if we ever have it.
Record it. Yes.
And then post it.
Fantastic.
So we can do that. But yes, that is our wine. We do get this wine quite frequent.
We do. It's a top seller.
It's a top seller because it's...
Or a top buy.
Our top buy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice and dark, nice and cheap, but not... It's not on the bottom shelf. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we only go there...
Not on the bottom.
During desperate times.
Do we go to the bottom?
Sorry, you said bottom.
To the bottoms.
Oh, I brought my fan for Dixie. In case she dies, I need to do a thwarp.
Oh my fucking god.
Dixie, this is for you!
That is so fucking loud.
I know, it is so loud.
Oh
Look at that, it spiked.
Yeah, it did. Oh god. Oh. child does not like that fan.
I know. I'll be scared of the fan.
Put it away.
I'm putting it away. It was for Dixie in case she dies.
I know.
Anywho. But yes, this is my film.
This is your film.
Yes.
Stage Beauty.
Stage Beauty.
Lovely. So, what does this film mean to you?
It means a lot to me, actually. Like, straight up, Cali voice. This is such a beautiful film.
Yes.
But it is also really funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really little bits of comedy that aren't pushed.
No.
Which we talk about all the time with pushed
yep.
fucking comedy.
Yes. I was not expecting to laugh as fucking much as I was for this.
Good.
I was honestly out for myself. I was coming in here and I was kind of like, okay, what's it going to be like? I don't know. And then I was really interested.
Yeah, it really strips down. Like, if you are a performer, whether it be the stage, acting, musician, just any type of performance art, this is a really good film for you because it strips down the bullshit that a lot of, still today, acting is kind of taking over sometimes. Like, it's over the top. I love one line we'll get to because this is like later in the film, but the word star. She's a star.
Yes.
And that last, I don't know how many years it's been, that being a star gets more work, more fame. I mean, fame is horrible, but hardworking performers get
Passed aside.
Yeah. For stars that did something fucking stupid on the goddamn internet.
Right.
So it's...
Exactly. You could have somebody lights their balls on fire and then put it on YouTube, and then the next thing you know, they're on Ellen DeGeneres. Which, by the way, get the lighter. Let's go ahead and get our debut.
What debut?
Never mind.
Oh!
I just said that I was going to light my balls on fire and put it on the internet, but we're not going to do that because I do have a little bit of class.
You have a little bit of dignity, I think.
I do have some dignity and some class. So...
Class, yes.
Class, let us dive into this.
Let's dive in.
This monster, this play that is Othello.
Yes, I can gush on and on about this movie. I think this is an actor's movie.
It is. This really is. It is an actor's movie. It's an actor's film.
Like, every actor needs to watch this film.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
For sure. But yes, the film opens up. This is during 1660s.
Oh.
London theater.
Yeah.
So Shakespeare is, of course, all the rage. However, women are not allowed to act. The Puritans banned all women to be on the stage. Their role in life is to be at home, making the babies, making the food. And if they were part of the theater, they were considered whores, harlots, prostitutes.
Unless they were seamstresses.
Unless they were seamstresses or... like dressers.
Yeah.
Kind of like Claire Danes' character, who we'll get to. We're at a theater, and it is Othello. I'm horrible. I don't know much of Othello, except for that one movie, Oh. With Julia Stiles and...
Josh Hartnett.
Yes, Josh Hartnett. Josh Hartnett. I can't think of the other guy's name.
I don't know his name.
Gorgeous teeth.
He does have lovely teeth.
Lovely teeth. But that's all I really know of Othello. And I think you mentioned how you kind of know Othello from school.
I know Othello by school. I only know, honest to God, that scene.
The death scene?
Yeah.
Is that what's his name did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
that's funny.
Yeah, that's the scene, and it was so funny watching him do that because it was just somebody we know. It was just so funny watching him do that because it didn't work for him.
Right.
It did not work.
Well, I can see that. But before we totally dive in, because we both are in the acting.
Yeah.
We are into the acting.
We are.
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Tell me about your Shakespeare experience, exposure.
So but the most memorable of Shakespeare for me was I did a scene from Midsummer Night's Dream. I did do a scene in school with a girl, and we were doing the one scene. I can't remember. I haven't fucking studied or read Shakespeare in a while. I go on these like tangents where I'm so into Shakespeare for like a month, and then I'm doing nothing but reading Shakespeare, and then I just die off.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the characters we were, but we were in the woods, and it was the scene where the woman got hit with the love potion, and she's trying to have sex with the dude.
Yeah.
And she, like, is coming at him and trying to get him. Well, one of my teachers, he was like, okay, he was like, so I want you to wrap your legs around Jarokk, and I want you to just kind of, hang on to him. She goes, you mean like the daddy squeeze? And I was like, what the fuck is the daddy squeeze? I was like, what is that? And she goes, oh, well, the daddy squeeze is where the guy's about to come and he's about to pull out, and then the girl wraps her legs around him and pulls him in. And I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. So we're doing it, and I'm like trying to get away from her, and I'm just like, no, you mustn't. And then I like get up, and as soon as I turn, she like wraps around me. I'm like, good God! And I'm just like freaking out, and everybody was fucking dying laughing because I like picked her up with my like hips, and we're just walking around.
Oh my God.
It was so fucking funny. So
I'm thinking of like Blades of Glory.
Essentially.
Oh my God.
Essentially.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, how about you? What is your Shakespearean?
I got exposed to Shakespeare pretty early, actually. My mom, when she was a teacher, she would make these Shakespeare videos. Like she would she taught elementary school, and she would pick a play, a Shakespeare play, and they would film it. And one year, it was really cute, one of my dogs, Nikki, she, I don't know if you remember Wishbone?
Yeah.
That TV show. Nikki was Fishbone, and they were doing Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry. Do you not like Nikki? Sorry, R.I.P.
Not like Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Do you buy your thumb medicine?
That's Opie. But her videos did so well. Like, she would get awards all the time. And when I went to college in New York first, we only got one semester of Shakespeare.
See, that's ridiculous. I honestly would have wanted more.
I would too. I think because you and I were both musical theater majors, if we were part of the just straight acting, we would have gotten a lot more Shakespeare, I think.
I think you're right, and that does really upset me.
It does.
Because when I did do that scene, that made me fall in love with Shakespeare and like trying to studying it and reading it. And I was like,
and that's also
why can't I do more of this?
Well, Shakespeare that's in your wheelhouse. Shakespeare, I think, is that has to be in your pocket at all times because you have the voice for it, you have the look, you got everything for it. But I just remember we had to do a lot of monologues. Oh, for a muse of fire.
Oh, yeah. That would ascend the brightest heaven of adventure.
Yes.
Kingdom for stage.
But I only got to do 12th night. I had an amazing partner. I was, who was I? I was Viola, and she was Olivia. I got to dress in drag. I had to dress as a dude. And do that one scene where Olivia expresses her love for me.
Oh,
and I'm like, hold on, no. Someone else likes you, not me. I'm in love with blah, blah, blah. It was just a really awkward. It was kind of comedic, but it was a lot of fun doing that. And I do wish we had a chance to study more.
And we shall once again resurrect it from the folds of doom.
I can't compare to you.
No.
I just can't.
There's no comparison.
But yes, the film opens up with Othello. It is, sorry, buddy. He just popped his head. To one of the last scenes. The death scene, they call it.
Yes, the death scene.
And you see Tom, who his name is Betterton.
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 Mr. Betterton.
Mr. Betterton. And
Mr. Betterton.
And Desdemona. That is our Billy. Mr. Kiniston.
Billy Craddock.
Yes. He is Desdemona. She's laying in bed, and Tom Betterton is in
blackface, essentially.
He's in blackface. Yes. Trying to wake her up and
boot shine.
Boot black.
Boot black.
Yeah. Who's there? Othello. And this is where it gets emotional for me because Billy Crudup looks just like my drag inspiration for my D&D character, Willem, season 4, RuPaul's Drag Race, my queen, my idol, my fucking queen.
Thank you, hire me.
Early days Willem.
Yeah.
Like with the fucking curly wig, blue eyeshadow, that strong jawline that Willem has. But Billy Crudup has this, well, also Betterton too, like the way they are acting, it's a lot of gesturing.
Yeah, it's very physically, like, choreographed.
Yes, like every move, that gets rehearsed probably more than the lines or the actual emotion of...
And you see it later on
Yes.
when Billy is on the stage alone. And he's just going through his, shit. He's, like, moving and he's,
and that's
going
like,
through all of his spots.
Oh, yeah. And that's like a lesson. If you rehearse too much, it looks rehearsed when you perform.
Here's my mark. Oh.
Yes.
Here's my other mark. Oh.
And the death scene, it's very over the top and, oh no, my lord, oh please let me, half an hour.
Down, strumpet.
Down.
Down, strumpet.
But the crowd
Desdemona.
the crowd eats Desdemona up.
Yeah.
They love it. She is a star. That the crowd, like after Desdemona dies, that one actor that plays Amelia, she comes out,
She fucking bolted, dude. He was running out. He was like, as soon as she dies, he just storms up. Oh, my! And everybody, bravo!
Bravo!
Kiniston!
Yes, Kiniston!
And she's just pissed.
Oh, she's so pissed.
Yeah.
She's pressed.
Yes.
Pressed as a panini. But then Mr. Kiniston does the little finger thing.
Yeah,
like, I wish we can show the
finger.
The finger thing where it's like, so Disney princess, hold on. Stop. We've got, I love you all, but we still have a scene. Oh, let me turn my wrist again and show my hand gesture that I am dead.
Yes. God, I loved it.
It's so good.
Oh, I was rolling.
But yeah, the actor that played Amelia is fucking pissed, but also Kinnison is upset about the death scene.
Yeah.
And you hear that a lot throughout the movie, where he just always feels like he never gets the death scene right. But the guy that played Amelia in the play is like, I quit!
I resign, Betterton.
Amelia dies too,
Yeah, boy, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That was so fucking funny.
That was so good.
Oh, my dear boy, I had no idea.
Yeah, you see like all the wigs
Yes,
getting thrown.
everybody,
And But so now we're backstage. The crowd loved the show. They loved Desdemona. And we see Claire Danes' character, Mariah. She is pretty much Kinniston's like assistant, I would say. Yeah, just like the assistant backstage. And what's that one actor's name that Ben Chaplin. He plays the Duke of Buckingham.
Yes, the Duke.
He comes backstage to, great performance. And Tom Wilkinson's character, Betterton, he said that the king came a couple days ago, and he loved the play, but he wanted some changes.
Yes, he wanted it to be more jolly.
More jolly.
Yes.
And some surprises, but we don't know that they're coming.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It sounds like a lot like a producer.
Yeah. We have the backing of the palace, but we must do what they say.
Yeah. Claire Danes gets told that 2 ladies would like to receive Mr. Kinniston. Like
Give me 5 minutes. Why do you need 5 minutes? I must put on my visage.
Yes. He was already starting to take off his makeup, but because he has fans that want to come and see him, he has to put his face back on.
Yeah. They want to see him as a woman. They don't want to see him as a man.
Yeah, exactly. And these 2 annoying, rich little girls in the most... You would swear that they were in the show because their makeup was so bleh.
That Elizabethan period and age, the makeup in that time was so...
Overly painted.
God bless.
Like, even like nowadays with drag queens, if they did that kind of makeup, they would get read to filth for that type of makeup because it would just be too over the top.
What does that mean?
That means like reading, like people would talk a bunch of shit they would get insulted, they would get thrown out onto the mud.
So they'd read them.
Read them. Right, yeah, that's what I said.
Read to filth.
Read
no.
to filth. Yeah.
I got what you were meaning. I've never heard that before, which is it's okay.
That's fine.
It's fine. It's the first time for me.
Oh, first time.
I've never been read to filth before.
Well, if you remember season 5, Alaska, red for filth.
Oh, that's what that means.
Yeah. Your makeup is terrible.
Oh, I never got... Okay.
Yeah, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Red.
Look at me.
Yes.
Okay.
We're learning.
Yay, I'm learning
Anywho,
about
so
the dreads.
Yes, these fangirls love Mr. Kinniston. Oh my god, I'm such a big fan of you. Oh, you go first.
You go first.
Oh no.
Mr. Kinniston.
And the thing is, before they come in, Claire Danes just kind of like keeps them in like anticipation.
Yeah, she's teasing them.
Teasing them, like wait, okay, come in. And Mr. Kinniston has this book in hand. His other hand is like flicked back.
Oh.
And then they come in, and he's just like, oh,
Guests.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
he looks and he just goes like,
And then he gives that pucker. He was like,
darling.
Yes, God, I
Oh.
loved it. He's just, please.
It's so good.
Good.
It is so good. So the girls want Mr. Kinniston to go somewhere with him, and he
Yeah.
goes, oh, well, let me just take off my makeup, take off my dress, and, de-drag.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, no, we want you to come just as you are. And Mr. Kinniston says to Mariah, Claire Danes, I'll only be 3 hours with them.
Yeah.
So they go off, and Claire Danes is in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, she's Russian.
She's Russian, and she starts to take Mr. Kinniston's wig, the pillow for the death scene, and the nightgown.
Yeah.
And she also asked for an advance on her salary. And while Mr. Kinniston is going onto the carriage with the girls, you see some fans, like, oh, like, kind of like,
Mr. Kinniston!
oh, Mr. Kinniston, oh, may I have your autograph, kind of thing, like,
Yeah.
oh. And then they see
Butterton.
Betterton coming out, and he says, are you an actor?
Yes, I played the Moor.
But you look so different.
Yes, I'm not really black.
He said it so like, are you that fucking dumb? Of
Right.
course. Because like the way he did his face.
Oh, it was so noticeable.
It was. I think it was. I'm hoping it was done on purpose.
Yeah.
That it was like, this is a farce. This isn't like really me trying to be offensive.
yeah.
Yeah. This is just how it has to be. This is 1600.
Well, back then, I'm sure they
1700s,
weren't
yeah.
necessarily thinking
Right.
about that, but
Yeah, but still, it was like, really? Like, the makeup was that bad.
it was boot black, you fool.
Yeah, you really.
Have you ever really seen a Moorish person?
It was funny.
Yeah.
But he's in the carriage, Kinniston, with these two painted women.
Yeah.
And they are really curious to know if he really has a thingy.
Yeah.
Yes.
My bulging orb and scepter of a thingy.
Yes.
Fucking love that.
So he teases them and kind of pulls up his dress and says, oh, how would you like to find out if I do have a thingy?
Yeah.
And they just, and this is where it gets like really comical, because they obviously have either never seen a dick or
Felt a dick.
let alone felt a dick. And they're just, oh, well, I guess we have to know. We won't know unless we
there it is.
touch it. Oh!
Yeah, they start to like fucking oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Really, really weird.
But his face,
Yeah.
he does that
Oh,
with
yeah.
a big ass smile.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
oh God, Billy, you're killing me.
What do you think went down in that carriage?
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and say they probably sucked him off, or they
Well, when
definitely,
give him a HJ.
yeah.
Because when the girls come out, one of the actresses says, "Oh, my wrist is nearly broken."
Is that what she really said?
Yes, because when I watched it the first time with subtitles,
Yeah.
she said something about her wrist almost being broken. So she must have given him like he must have a really huge one, a
Yeah.
huge thingy that she might have almost broken her wrist.
That's fucking, yeah, fuck. Well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
HJ.
HJ. But then one of the girls hands Mr. Kinniston a shilling for services rendered. And Mr. Kinniston is...
Bitch, I'm not a whore.
Yeah, a little upset. And then you see this heavy fop coming in. Just
Richard Griffin.
Yes. He thinks that these
So Charles.
So Charles, he is looking for a fuck.
Yeah.
He thinks they're painted ladies of the night. How much?
Oh, little fish, come and skewer yourselves on my pole.
Yes. And Mr. Kinniston sells out the two ladies, saying, that one's a shilling and that one's a penny. I'm £3 or
£5 a week.
£5 a week. And they're just like, oh my God, sir, please help us.
Your dignity, sir.
Yeah, your dignity.
Find yourself.
Yeah.
He goes, do you know who I am, sir? I'm da-da-da-da-da. She's the shilling.
She's the shilling. Yes.
And then they are like freaking out. They jump into the carriage. Mm-hmm. Driver, take us home.
Yes, and Sir Charles is not done with Kinniston.
We're not done haggling yet.
Yes. He tries to get the gates open.
Yeah. So he like reaches and he goes, oh, let me. And he grabs his dick.
Yeah.
He grabs fucking
Kinniston's
dick, and Kinniston has one of my favorite fucking lines of this film. He just looks up. He just
Found a guardian at the gate, did you?
I was fucking rolling it. Found a guardian at the gate, did you?
So good, but another funny thing that happens is Sir Charles is not opposed to having a male mistress.
No.
Yeah.
And yeah. No.
Yeah. But Kinniston's like, oh, that's £5 the weight, not the amount. You can't afford it. I'm spoken for. He shoos him away. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden Sir Charles is disgusted. Oh, I shall never wash this glove again. And Kinniston's like, oh, great. Here you go. He throws that shilling that the chick gave her.
Yeah.
So Sir Charles is very offended, even though there was no one else around.
Right.
For anyone to see this. So it's a personal pride, I guess. But going back to Mariah, Claire Danes, she grabs all of Kinniston's things because she goes into a tavern. She is performing very lower class. It's called like the cockhorn or the cockle or something.
Yeah, cock something.
Cock something.
And they call it the cockpit.
Yeah, big cock coming out of your mouth. Sorry, private parts.
Go ahead, I got you.
They're putting on the same play, Othello.
Yeah.
And she's gonna play Desdemona.
Mm-hmm.
It's illegal.
Yes.
But they're doing it anyway for some reason. But you don't really get to see much of the play. But the Duke that we met, another guy we didn't talk about was Pips. Sir Pips. I think he's kind of like a...
Lord Downton. Downton Abbey.
This guy, right?
He was in Downton Abbey.
Okay, yes. But I think he's kind of like a writer or a critic. I think
like a critic kind of thing. Yeah, I'd say. Because he loves to go to the theaters. He just goes. He loves to watch.
He loves it. And he writes about it, but they don't really necessarily say that anything that he says gets published.
Yeah, like he's a private to himself only.
It's a...
Fucking chair.
Burp?
It's my chair.
He has like a diary because I believe parts of this movie, like people and certain situations, are based on like historical facts, and then a lot of it also gets fictionalized.
Yeah. But
yeah, he has this just diary of all the plays that he loves to go to, and he and the Duke goes to see something new.
Yes, something different.
And then you see Claire Danes. Who's there? Othello!
Yeah! Yeah.
Does this like high-pitched, oh no. Like she sounded exactly like the Monty Python dudes when they play women.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't have a lord.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see, that's all we get to see of the performance.
Yeah.
And I guess it goes really well, and Sir Pip goes backstage.
Mr.
Peeps. There you go. Peeps. That's
Mr. Peeps.
Sees that it's Mariah. Oh my God. Oh, Mariah. What a great performance. I think he wasn't so infatuated with the performance, but it was just the fact that
She's
saw
a woman doing something illegal.
Yes, and seeing a woman on stage is so taboo.
Yeah. Our little secret, eh?
Yes, he invites her somewhere. I believe it's like the next day.
Yeah.
But
Oh
yes.
yes.
Mariah had to scurry off because Mr. Kinniston is about to be coming back. She gets there before him and sees that there's like a tear on the pillow.
The pillow.
The pillow from the death scene. And Kinniston comes back, and we kind of learn a little backstory about Kiniston. He was found in the gutter. Someone took him in and trained him, like pretty much, like not even just trained him, but you also find out a little later that I kind of saw it as, yes, he's learning an art, but I don't think it was done very lovingly.
No. And let's just cut to it. So for me, it's like I think he said it at that part, actually. It was like there were 14 of us crammed into a basement, and all of us were learning how to be women.
Yeah.
We were all young. We were all found off the street. We were all beautiful young boys. And we essentially were not able to grow up to be men. We had to learn how to be women.
Yeah.
We had to talk like women, walk like women. We didn't get our wigs until we got to this part. We didn't even get to wear clothes until we got to a certain part. Yeah. It's like they were essentially forced to be. They were just forced to be women. Yeah. They weren't allowed to be men. So that's growing up and learning that in their head that's what we are. We're women. You know.
And that's one of the lines. He says, "You're a man in woman's form."
Yes.
Or was it the other way around?
Oh.
See, I believe that he's so confused by what he is that he doesn't know anymore.
Yeah.
And that other quote, the part doesn't belong to an actor belongs to the part. So he is dedicated to his work.
Yeah.
Because it's really all he knows. And another quote that Claire Danes says, Kiniston says, why do we act? Why do we do this? Why do we perform? And she says, when you're an actor, you can be seen. And that's where I really identify with that, because I truly believe that I identify with Claire Danes' character a lot, because especially when we dive deeper into the film, it took a long time for me to actually take an acting class. I used to just do what Claire Danes did. Watch people that I admired and copy what they did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until coming back to college in my later 20s when we met that I actually got to truly learn what it's like to put yourself in that character and emote your own experience of life into that character. It's almost like I get mad at myself, but at the same time, it's like, I was young. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Head in the clouds. I was in New York having a good time. Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm glad things ended up the way they did, because I really felt like I got the best experience when I came back to school to get the degree and had the right teachers for me.
Yeah.
They were out there in LA. But anyway, you can really see that Mariah really does admire Kiniston, but also has a little bit of a crush.
Yeah, on him.
Yeah. And he kind of does too, but I think he kind of takes it kind of like how everyone else is in love with him as the actress, as Desdemona, Cleopatra, Juliet.
But see, what confused me is they were reenacting the Othello death scene.
Yes.
I mean, the Demona death scene.
Yeah.
They were reenacting it because you said it earlier. He can't get it right. He's fascinated. He wants to keep working on it because it just doesn't feel right to him. So he is laying there and she's all down, strumpet down, weep the stuff into my face. And he moves in to kiss her. He moves in.
He does.
And it's like, what the fuck was that about? And even Claire did you kiss? But then after she did, he was just kind of like, what are you talking about? You know? So it's really weird for me.
Yeah, it's a really weird relationship, and it goes on and on throughout the entire film until the end. But Kiniston doesn't want to leave yet. He said, oh, no, go, you can leave. I can shed my skin without you. He doesn't leave. He gets back on stage, makeup off, hair as he's his male form.
Yeah.
He practices all of his movements, his gestures, his over-rehearsed movements. And then Claire Danes is putting his dresses away and sees him and starts mimicking the same thing.
Yeah.
Kiniston sits down, and then we hear a very odd cat scream. Yeah. Like that was clearly not a human being. That was someone in editing that just insert cat.
He just turns around. God! What? Don't you ever do that again!
Yes. And we find out it's the Duke.
Yeah.
Buck naked.
The Duke bucked naked Buckingham.
I thought I'd surprise you.
Surprise you. That word's thrown around a lot in this, too.
Yes. Surprise, and it is the cause. 2 lines that are said pretty much throughout the majority of the film.
Well, the cause is from...
It's from the
Othello.
play.
So now I'm wondering if surprise has anything to do with it. I don't know.
With the cause. I don't know.
Well, surprise has anything to do
Yes.
with... In Othello, do they say
Yeah.
surprise a lot? I don't know. Again, I don't know Othello.
I don't either.
Like most.
But the Duke shows a piece of parchment that talks about the performance that he doesn't know at the time is Mariah's performance of Othello, but her name is Margaret Hughes.
Yeah.
The Duke goes, an actress.
A what?
A what? Like,
An
it's just really weird to hear because for him, like, that's not a word that's ever been said. But nowadays, you know, it's like, yeah, a fucking actress, duh. Like what?
An actress.
Yeah. And she did Othello, played Desdemona, and Kinnison even asks, well, how was the acting? And the Duke's like, I really didn't pay much attention to the acting.
There were 2 rats fucking in the corner.
Yes. So it was just, and even they say it earlier, it was kind of like seeing, it was a novelty act.
Yeah.
It was just something totally weird that has never been done before. That's a little dangerous and also illegal. So no one really cared about the acting. It was just, holy shit, someone with tits is on
the
stage.
Yeah.
Quote stage. Kinnison learns about the thing that Pips tells Mariah to go to. And he like begs him, please take me with you, please. Like it's like a soiree.
At the palace.
At the palace. Of
Yeah.
course I'm going to the palace. I'm the Duke of Buckingham. Of course I'm invited.
Yeah.
And Kinnison gets the Duke to say, all right, you can come as my acquaintance, but please do not do anything to embarrass me. Don't, make a fuss or anything. But then the Duke says, here, do me a favor, though. Put this on.
Oh, the wig.
The wig. He pulls out this golden frock. Mm-hmm. And he says, what does he say? I want to see this.
I want to see a golden flow before I die in you. Or as I die in you.
As I die in you.
Yeah.
What kind of line is that, people?
Shakespeare.
Like, I guess
I want to see a golden flow as I die in you.
that has to be a line from some play. We probably should look it up at some point.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty deep, but also kind of gross at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're coming, but you're dying.
But you're spilling your seed. You're painting the roses red, as it were, or white.
White? Yeah. I was like, red. Ooh.
Painting the
Red is a bad sign.
Yeah, it is a bad
That
sign,
means
isn't
you need to go to the doctor right away.
Painting the roses red.
Yes. So they start to have a physical encounter. Claire Danes sees it, and she is devastated. Like, you can even see, like, Claire Danes, she can cry like that.
I know, bitch.
I don't know what the fuck she does, but she has this keen ability to just have tears just swelling up under her eyes.
She puts vapor rub under her eyes.
I hope not. I hope that's an actual fucking skill.
Why do you deal with me? That was my Claire Danes impression.
That was your Claire Danes.
No, sir!
Who is he? Who are you?
Why do you not allow me to be with him, sir?
Okay. Anyway, so now we change scenes and we hear this woman singing. Who got racist?
Oh, yeah. Who can resist? Who can resist?
Who got racist?
Who can resist?
It's Mighty Charms. It just sounds
Mighty Charms.
Mighty Charms. It just sounds so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the camera starts to like pan back, and
And
it's
she's naked with a
it's
shield.
a naked woman.
Yeah.
The shield is covering her bits, but it's an actual woman.
Yeah.
And you see the king, which who is Rupert Everett.
Yes.
Big surprise kind of in this movie. Not at the time, I think, but nowadays he hasn't been in like a lot lately, I don't believe. I kind of looked him up and I haven't nothing that's
Just a few things.
few
I
things
don't
here and
know.
there. Wonderful surprise. I'm
Yeah.
so glad that he was in this
Oh,
fucking
I love
film.
him.
Oh my god, he was great.
Dunstan, it's daddy.
Whoa. Don't. Don't.
Don't stick your fuzzy bottom at me!
Fuck you.
Dunstan!
Oh god, there's not enough wine for that.
No.
So,
The king.
the king.
He's the king.
You get to see the king. He is Charles II.
Yes.
The second. And the woman that was performing is his witty Nell. Charming witty Nell.
Witty
something.
Nell.
Yes, his mistress. And that was the one that was performing. And Mariah and Peeps. I don't know.
Mr. Pete.
Peeps. Well, it's one E.
Mr.
So,
Peppers.
so it looks like Peps.
Yeah, I know. It's Peps.
Peeps.
Pips.
Peeps, Pits, whatever.
Peps.
They come in together and
Cups.
Soda... Cups.
Cups.
The Duke and Kynaston come together, and the king kind of says what Benetton said earlier about, oh yes, we loved Othello. Yes, we loved it. We just wanted to see some more surprises, some more little jollier, and just whatever. And she's just, and the...
That's what I said.
Yeah, his fucking, like, you grow to love her.
Yeah.
In this
oh, God,
film.
dude. She had
Oh
me
my God.
rolling.
She's really annoying at first, but then when this film gets further down, MVP almost.
Mum was a whore, Dad was a sailor. That's why I don't do sailors.
Yes. But she used to be an orange girl.
Yeah.
Oranges for sale!
3/4 of pie! Yeah.
And...
Oysters, clams, and cuckoos!
Oh boy. Kynaston is kind of just like humoring her because she's also an admirer. She loves the theater, loves it. And then Kynaston sees that Margaret Hughes is Mariah, and she's taken aback by seeing Kynaston there. That she actually falls to the floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kynaston is very surprised. He's like, "Oh, Mrs. Hughes? Oh, wow, this is quite a surprise." And she's like, "Let me explain, please. Like, I don't know."
Yeah.
What you might have heard or thought you might have heard, but they go to sit down for dinner, and Kynaston outs
The place.
the cockpit, and the performance of Othello, and the minister is just, "You, a woman?"
Yeah. That is preposterous!
Yes. And Sir Charles, the one that molested Kynaston earlier, the day before, kind of
Takes a liking
to Mariah, and Kynaston is also kind of fucking with him.
Yeah, he's poking the bear.
He is, yes, exactly. He is poking a den of bears.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to get this idea of women performing in a play just, get shot down. But we find out that the king has a bit of a history with his mom.
Yeah.
His mom, even during the time that women couldn't perform, his mom performed in the palace,
Yeah.
which I guess was an okay thing. I don't know too much about that.
So as he was saying it, the king made it was illegal, and there was nothing the king could do about it. But he allowed plays and shit to happen inside the palace. It's like women on stage was a joy.
It's like a loophole.
Yeah, people loved it, so we did it. We let people who came to the palace and who were of name and whatnot, who wanted to perform, and they were females, could do it. And the minister was not for it. He was like, no, absolutely not. So he wrote like letters and shit, was letting everybody know this was what's happening. He said that his mother felt personally attacked by it, so the king put him in, pretty much arrested him, put him in the stocks, burnt his feet, cut off his ears, cut out his tongue, all kinds of shit, but the guy would not renounce his claims. So he kept doing it, and then the king said it the best. He said that, that stroked the flames of rebellion.
Yeah.
That's what led to the rebellion, to where his father got killed, beheaded, mother died, and the king got sent off to
Sweden.
Rupert Everett, sent off to Sweden.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
So he says, I think it would be fun to see women on the stage.
Yeah.
So he says, from this day on, women can now
Beyond the stage.
beyond the stage. Not just Mrs. Hughes, but all women.
Yeah.
And Kiniston, his mouth is just on the floor. Like, fuck.
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah,
Even the Duke, I told you.
I feel like if he wouldn't have gone there, probably none of that would have happened.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. We'll see. We can't see because that's not how the movie happened. But Rupert Everett's timing, his comedic timing,
Oh, God, he's perfect.
it was so good. It was the definition of how to not push comedy.
Yeah.
And you can't even describe it. If you have not seen this movie, please watch it because it is just a bouquet of amazing.
Yeah.
It really is. And he just plays this king that is free-spirited, but likes to also silence.
Yeah. Silence!
Yeah, likes to
Charlie!
oh Charlie. But the next day, Kinnison goes to the theater that he performs at, and there's just a line of women wanting to audition, and you even see Nell. She's kind of like in line too, I believe. You kind of see her.
She's hidden in the wings.
She's hidden. Yeah, she's hidden. And Claire Danes is up backstage, and Kinnison is just, oh, are you happy now? Like, are you happy with what you did to me? Like, do you even know the 5 gestures? Like, do you know of all the things that I've worked for so hard to get every masculine gesture out of my body?
Yeah.
And she's just like, no, I've never had to do that because I'm not a guy.
Yeah.
Like, I am a woman. But at the same time, she fucking copies everything that he does.
True.
So it's like,
Yeah.
she's kind of over talking herself.
Yeah.
I think, because at that point, he has not seen her act. And she wasn't going to audition. That's the thing, like, Kinnison, he just has, like, a shovel by him for so long in this movie that he just keeps digging and digging a deeper and deeper hole for himself.
Yeah.
That he doesn't even realize it until one scene. We'll get there.
Yeah.
That kind of puts a fire under Mariah's ass. And also Sir Charles, to do it to spite Kinnison, becomes a patron to Mariah and is trying to talk her up to audition at the Beddington Theater. And she decides, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'll audition. Her audition is terrible.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What shall I do to win my lord's love again? Go to him. And she just kept fucking up.
I'm sorry, can I start again? Absolutely.
I was going to suggest it myself.
Yeah. I was going to suggest that myself.
Yes. Oh, yes. Of course I know the lines because I do it every night.
Right.
Like, oh, Kinnison is just, like, I get it. Everyone is walking on his turf, but, you don't know who's watching. You see that little Nell is in the wings watching all of this. And Kinnison just says, okay, well, I was worried at first when I heard about your amazing performance, but after watching your audition, I'm good.
Yeah.
I am good.
No longer worried.
Yep, but then...
Women on the stage. Ha!
Poppycock.
Poppycock. Bitch!
Well, that hasn't happened yet.
Oh, fuck.
God, you ruined it!
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Mariah says, okay, well, that's fine. Well, I have to be going because I have a performance to get ready for. We're sold out.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And Beddington's all like, it's sold out.
Yeah.
Where? The cockpit? And he looks at his stage manager. Stage manager's like, yeah, they're fucking sold out.
Yeah, they really are fucking sold out. And because, I guess I don't think we talked about it.
What?
Ned Kinnison, he wants, in the opening of the movie, he wanted a share of...
Yeah, we missed that.
Of the company.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that was granted was that he had the last say-so of who he gets to act with. And they shook on it and everything. There were witnesses. And Betterton was like, how about we just give Mariah a part in the play just to splash things up a bit?
What do you think, man?
What do you say?
Yeah.
And he's just like, no, this is not happening. Like, he was saying some really insulting things.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh my God, I want to fucking slap you too. And then that's when Nell pulls back the curtain where she was standing and hiding and just goes, bitch!
Yeah.
He just calls him a fucking bitch. And she's like, I fully intended to audition here today, but after seeing how you treat women, well, sir, and she grabs Mariah and says, I'm out.
Yeah, Ben Bennington had the best
Yeah.
fucking thing. He goes, who the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was that? And Sir Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Who bows to Nell when
yeah.
she comes. And Sir Charles just stands up tall and he goes, that was the king's mistress. And then just goes, I don't remember what he said after that, but that was the queen's mistress. You better think on yourself, Bennington. Just walks out, and Bennington just turns and goes, oh, the king's mistress. And he's like,
You fucked up.
yeah, you fucked up. You have exercised your rights today. I mine tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then, okay, so Nell, she is stomping
Yeah.
through the fucking palace.
Oh.
Oh, that's my sweater.
Oh, God.
And you see Rupert Everett, he's in bed, and he has these, like, dogs.
Oh, adorable.
Adorable dogs. They have their own fucking throne.
It's like me.
Which if we had a palace,
And thrones.
And
You
thrones.
both would be on them, but
both of our dogs would have thrones. But his wig is off, so he has this, like,
spiky gray hair.
spiky gray, thinning, majority of his head is balding.
Yes.
He goes, yes, my dear, what are you doing here? We're in war with the Dutch.
Yes. Roll the dice.
And she just goes, Charlie, you love me, don't you? And he's like, yeah, I might have said that. So she tries to get him to banish all men from playing women on stage. And he refuses, until she goes between him down there and sucks him off. And he is immediately like, oh.
I would like to make a proclamation. Hyde.
Yep.
Come in.
So,
Hyde, there you are. Come in. I'd like to make a proclamation.
so from this day forth, no he shall ever play a she.
Arrogant.
And then Sir Charles sets it up with a bunch of ruffians and the two ladies from the beginning of the film to lure Kinnison in this gazebo, and these ruffians beat the shit
Like literally
out
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he looked like close to death.
His hand was shaking because he was trying. And now that you just said that, I think he was trying to figure out what is dying like right there.
You think?
Yeah, because his hand was in the position. His hand
Like
was
it
in
was
the
in-
death position. Like, oh my god,
Like in the scene.
is this it? But he just didn't find it.
Yeah, that's an
You know,
that's a
so he got
artist for you.
Yeah, so he got his ass kicked, damn nearly to death.
Yeah, and then not too much time passes, but we're in a big room with Mariah, Claire Danes. She is posing for a portrait. And the artist, your guy, what's his name that's in the movie you like, In the Loop?
He's in the loop. Doop. Tom Hollander. There he is.
Tom Hollander, who actually, it's funny, he is in the other movie that I wanted to do, not My Next Turn, but My Next Turn, and these movies came out in the same year. But he's the artist in this film, and he said that, I would love to paint your portrait, but no one's going to believe that you are an actual woman without tit exposed.
Yeah.
And Claire Danes is like, I am an actress, not a beauty. And this is where it gets interesting because these are lines that still take hold today.
Yeah.
Because Claire Danes is like, I am an actress, not a beauty. And then Sir Charles says, yes, but no one's going to appreciate you as an actress if you don't put butts on seats.
Right.
Something around that.
Don't put bums on seats.
Bums on seats. And it's kind of like, wow, you see a lot of actresses try to take those type of risks where they show nudity. And you also see that like with like the Academy Awards, like unless an actress really exposes herself in some way.
With those dresses and the fashion for today, you know.
Yeah, but it's like if they don't do something that's either shocking or like they have to do something that really isn't necessary, that's when they'll get recognized.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole thing about how like women that receive like the Academy Award for Best Actress, a lot of them in those films do something very extreme, whether it be losing a bunch of weight, gaining a bunch of weight, showing nudity. I don't know. It's it doesn't sit well with me.
Right.
But in this movie, it's so true.
Yeah.
And she, Claire Danes, is like, all right, fine, one tit.
Yeah, she just...
And I love it. She's got very...
Thus flesh.
It's
portrayed as art. Or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah, he says something. And everyone is just fucking staring at her like, oh my god, a tit. Like, they've never seen a fucking tit. But this is the time of, Puritans and coverage, unless they're a whore. And then Kinnison is coming in. He has like a staff.
Okay.
Yes, a cane. And he's looking for his pillow. Mariah dismisses everybody and just says, I don't have your pillow. What do you want of me? They just kind of have like an argument. I can't really recall them saying anything that's too memorable. It's just, yes, look at me now. Look at me now. I am you now. And you pretty much just scraped through the mud my entire gender.
You took my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Now look what happened because of it. But she doesn't...
Oh, she was saying that. Was that her?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, he said, you wear my clothes, you took my life.
Yeah.
That's what I thought we were at. I'm sorry.
So Kinnison is kind of just confronting her, like, what do you know about what I've done? Like, you've taken everything from me. And this is kind of a confusing scene because it looked like Claire Danes was kind of saying that she loved him in a way. It's like, what do you know of love? The only love that you know is the love on stage.
Yeah.
Like, the only love that he craved was the love that he had on stage. He didn't really know how to really connect with people. Maybe. That could be it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Because she just storms off. It's like, I don't have your fucking pillow. Get over it. Move on.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, he didn't know what to say after that. But the next scene, he goes back to the theater and he's kind of trying to find his way back in. Betterton is rehearsing a Carrie scene in like King Lear. I think I heard him say that. He's like, what are you doing here, Ned? Come to do another go at the death scene. It's like, nope, it's illegal. I have all these women wanting to audition. And Ned wants to know, like, is she any good? Mrs. Hughes. And Betterton says, well, she's a star.
Yeah.
She's the first to do what she does. You were the last. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
She was the first to do what she does. You were the last to do what you did.
And that is actually the tagline of the film.
Is it?
It is. It says that on the DVD, cover. But he doesn't know what else to do. He has, that was almost his last card to dealt. He has one more card, and that's the king. To try to apologize to Nell and try to say, he just wants to be back on stage again. He wants to do his profession, his love, his passion. And Ned goes to the castle, and you see Rupert Everett dressed in full guiche.
Yeah.
Fully female, golden locks, and Ned's like, I'm looking for Nell, and Rupert Everett's like, oh, she's about to make her entrance.
He turns around.
Yeah, and it's fucking Rupert Everett dressed
mustache and all.
Mustache
so
and
funny.
all, dressed as a woman. It's really funny. But he doesn't recognize Kinnison. It's just like he really doesn't have a huge, he doesn't really think about him.
No.
He just, I totally forgot who you were. What are you doing here? But Ned reveals, oh, it's me, Mr. Kinnison. I really want to talk to Nell. I want to try to put things in perspective for her. I really wasn't saying anything bad on her. It was to someone else. And it's just like, well, this is between you and Nell. And honestly, this whole thing is really not that important to me.
Yeah. And
we have a performance that we're about to do. And then Nell walks in, and she's dressed as a man. It's really cute. And the king is like, then just don't, you can't play the girl parts anymore. Just play a man.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not Ned's like, it's not about playing a man. I am a man. I can play a man. That does not take talent. That doesn't take, even in the beginning of the film, he says, a woman playing a woman, what's the trick in that?
Right.
Like, that was his thing. Like, oh, it's a trick. But then a group of people bust in because this was an actual performance that the king and his mistress were about to put on, and it's Claire Danes, the two bitches, the fop, Sir Charles, the other guy, the diary guy.
It's Pete.
Peeps. And the king's like, well, go on, show us. Show us you could perform as a man.
Yeah.
And he tries. Boy, does he try.
Yeah.
But he has...
The women gestures, everything is just embedded in him. He
It
just
is.
can't get away.
And that's where a lesson to be learned is that's what happens when you over-rehearse things.
Yeah.
Your movement, how you're going to say the lines. Like, he couldn't even, like, he would just go, oh.
Yeah.
He would go up into his girl voice, and oh my God, he just is completely humiliated. That he doesn't even shy to the fact that he is embarrassed and humiliated, that he leaves sobbing like a baby.
Yeah.
And Mariah tries to run after him. Oh, Mr. Kinniston, and he runs off.
Even Nell felt
bad.
for
Yes,
him.
thank you for pointing that out. But she just had this look of, oh my God, shit. All right, and that's when we also really kind of see other dimensions of Nell. She's not just a ditzy mistress who wants to get her way. There's more to her. So Kinniston runs off. And there's a scene where it's kind of a mini montage of other actresses coming up to the stage. And a name that I want you and our contemplators to remember, Elizabeth Barry in Hamlet. Remember that.
Okay.
Because that is a name for another day. But Elizabeth Barry comes to visit Claire Danes because she's talking to Mr. Pips, and she is starting to realize, I am not a good actress.
Yeah.
Why am I getting booked? Why am I still like... And also her audience is starting to dwindle. Mm-hmm. They're starting to go to other women because I believe these other women have figured it out. I don't know.
Well, they're playing women.
They're
playing themselves.
They're playing
as it were.
themselves,
She's
yeah.
still playing
Kinniston.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. She's still trying to be Desdemona. And she's trying to get the truth out of people. And no one's really telling her at this point until Elizabeth Barry comes to visit her, and the one actor who was in our Quills episode, Bouchon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was...
Thelonious.
Yes, Thelonious. He was there. He went from the beginning of the film looking like a dirty, gross guy to this painted fop.
Well, he became popular because because he was the one that he aired the first woman on stage.
He did. And that's what made them famous and people wanting to come. But her acting was so bad, it didn't have any staying power. So I think that maybe Elizabeth Barry could have possibly might be there to take Claire Danes' part, maybe. Mm-hmm. And she asks, does anyone know where Mr. Kinniston is? Like, where has he been? He's at this weird tavern / whorehouse / theater. It was like a round theater too.
Yeah.
And he was more painted than he was in the beginning and singing this jaunty tune of no
balls at all.
There you go. Yes, no balls.
No balls at all.
Yeah, and there's this lady that goes, oh, do you want to see what's under the curtain?
Yeah. Sharon, love.
Yeah, and he's like slowly bringing up his dress. And Claire Danes comes out and says, stop it! I want the lady! 5 pounds. And the old gross lady says, give me back my merkin!
Yeah, he's wearing her merkin.
If you don't know what a merkin is, everybody, it is, think of a wig for a lady, but it goes down there between the thighs.
Genitals.
Yes, it's a fake bush.
Fake bush.
So that's funny. And
it's a shrubbery.
Shrubbery. Claire Danes sets him up with this innkeeper to sober him up, get him some food, and just rest. Who knows what he's been through.
Yeah.
And she decides to stay with him. So she takes off she's wearing these amazing clothes at this point because she has money, and she lays with him. And she just asks, like, why won't you play a man? And he says that men aren't beautiful, but like there's nothing beautiful about playing a man, but maybe that's why he couldn't get the death scene correct, because he couldn't let the beauty die.
Yeah.
So that starts to really explain what he was holding on to playing this part. And then another thing he says, like, who would love that? He probably thought that he would have lost his audience. That's the only love that he's ever known, was his audience. So who would love something that's not beautiful? Because he was always seen as beautiful. He's the most beautiful female impersonator on the stage.
Yeah.
And the best. And Claire Danes, like, when they lay down, she's like, she's never slept with a man, and he's never slept with a woman. So it's like a new thing for them. And Claire Danes starts to get a little inquisitive about how do men have sex with other men, kind of thing. And he's like, well, it depends on who plays the woman and who plays the man. Like, he doesn't see it as being like a gay thing.
Yeah.
He's always been the woman in his relationship with the Duke, so it never really seemed like a homosexual thing.
Yeah.
So they kind of do this little cute game of one switches on top of the other, and she's like, okay, so
who's the man?
Yeah, who am I now? She's like on top of him while he's laying on his stomach. You're the man, and I'm the woman, and it just gets, I don't know, it's cute.
It's cute and confusing. And
cute,
just,
confusing, a little cheesy. And then it got to a point where he was on top of her, and like, who are you now? I'm the man, and I'm the woman. And they kind of start to kiss, and you think, oh, okay, they're about to go at it. But then he said, how do you do it? How do you do the death scene? Totally ruins it. Boner killer.
Yeah.
And she is just so pissed. Like, how do you, like, you have no idea what it's like to be a woman, because in that death scene, Desdemona would not have just laid there and died beautifully. A woman would fight.
Right.
She flees the fucking inn and
runs off. She doesn't want to fucking act anymore.
Yeah, she is done. She is completely done. But the king is coming to Betterton's Theater to see the new Othello.
Yeah. That's
supposed to happen. But the actress that was playing Desdemona is pregnant or gave birth, something like that. And he's just like, this is a first. This has never happened before. Well, they need a Desdemona. And the only one that's available that's a woman is Claire Danes. And she refuses. She's like, I am not good at acting. I think it was Sir Charles that said, that's never stopped you before.
Right. Oh, God. It's never stopped you before.
Because we don't really get to see Claire Danes act that much.
Yeah.
We only get little snippets, which is fine. From those bits that we saw, we already knew, okay, yeah, she's not that good.
Overdoing it.
Yeah, and then Nell comes in and Mr. Peeps, and they are like, okay, she needs a teacher, something. Like, we have to have this play come out, because if the king doesn't like it, then something, some type of consequence that they don't mention, probably the theater would get shut down or something. So they go and find Ned and said, she just needs a tutor. Like, she is not a good actress. She does everything that you do. That's all she does. Like, and that's the thing where this movie gets a little strange for me. It's like, okay, she mimics everything that he does. Why would he be the best person to tutor her?
Yeah.
Unless he could make whatever horrible acting that she does better.
And that's the thing that kind of flip-flops here, because he can't be dominant. He can't be a fucking man at all through the movie. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, when he gets the tutor job, he is now fucking, he's a man.
Be still!
Yeah, he's the man.
He's the man. But yeah, he takes on this role. He's like, after arguing and arguing, yes, I'll do it. He all of a sudden knows how to teach acting.
Yeah.
Because it's great. This is not like me bashing this at all, but it's like, finally, we get to see a real rehearsal, because majority of the film, it's just them blocking.
Yeah. Just
blocking and not experimenting and trying new things. He strips her down to almost no makeup, hair down, nightgown, and even when she lays down to sleep, he's like, is that how you really sleep? It's like, how do I know how I sleep if I'm sleeping?
Right.
And the rehearsal goes really great. You can see that they have really good chemistry, and all of a sudden he is really good at being Othello.
Yeah.
And he says, okay, well, that went really well. I'm going to be Othello. Sorry, Tom. You're out.
Yeah.
And then we get to see how this scene really needs to be.
Right.
It is such a difference between the beginning of the film
Yes.
and even the makeup that Billy Crudup does. He doesn't do a black face. He uses Sir Charles's boot black.
A scuff, sir, is a terrible thing.
Yes, and he just contours his cheekbones, his jawline, and just certain parts that look so much better than just wiping dark smudge on his face.
Yeah.
And this scene, anytime I watch it, pearls clenched, buttholes clenched. When you watched this scene, did you think that he was really trying to kill her?
Yeah, because
Why?
Well, number one, throughout the film, when she starts doing what she's doing, he's pretty much like, you killed me. And he's giving these hints, and especially right before he says what he says, which was...
Surprise me.
No.
Well, he does say that.
Well, yes, he says that. But he says to her, he was like, you killed me. And she goes, where was that? What is that from? And then he just stares at her.
That's right.
And that puts fear in her, like, this motherfucker is going to try to kill you. He wants revenge. So he's, throughout the thing, he's yelling at her. He's doing all this. He fucking slaps her face, grabs her. He's like, he's scaring her. He's doing, but she's going with it and still freaking out. Everybody's, Sir Charles stands up, fucking flips. He's about to, Sir Charles is like, oh my God.
Everyone in the audience is at, like, the edge of their seat, and they're, like, looking around, like, is no one going to help this woman?
When the king got up and, like, turned to look for his guards, I was like, oh my God, this is, like, getting fucking intense. Everybody's freaking out. Stagehands freaking out. Like, Bettington's over there. Oh, dear God, I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
And I'll say it. I was like, I felt with everyone there. I was like, this is fucking intense.
Yes.
Like, holy shit. And finally, when we get to the pillow, he's smothering her face. And she's like, help me! He's killing me! And she's literally
screaming out to the audience.
He is killing me. Stop. And then she just goes still.
Yeah.
And you don't see her moving, you don't hear anything, you just see Kynaston freaking out. He's just still going with it.
Still saying the lines.
And then the girl who comes on to be Amelia is like in tears and freaking out. She comes out, and then finally Claire Danes coughs. And everybody is like, oh dear God!
Oh my God, she's alive!
Yeah, thank fuck! And Bettington is just like, oh, thank God for that. Like, oh my God, I thought he was fucking killing her.
Yeah.
And then fucking Kynaston gives
he winks.
Amelia the wink, like, gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
And fucking Nell, God love her, goes, bugger. I knew it.
Yeah.
Everybody, King.
Bravo!
Bravo! Everybody. Poor Amelia can't get her line out.
She can never get her fucking line
Doesn't matter
in.
who the fuck it is. Amelia can never get her line out.
They take a bow, but Claire Danes does a little finger thing, like, please, we still have one more scene.
Yes.
We don't ever get to see any other scene in Othello except this death scene. But it's over. Everyone's celebrating. Oh my God, this was amazing. I loved it. Full of surprises. God, what did we talked about what the king said.
Oh shit.
Something about dying, but we still get to die. No. Something about dying, but we still get to dine. Yeah.
Go to the theater, we worry about dining, but we still get to dine.
Something like that. Yeah. And
Dunstan.
And here's all. Stop it with the Dunstan. But after watching that scene, like, did that ever take you back to a moment where you do a scene or a performance and as soon as you are done, you fucking nailed it?
Yeah.
That is the best feeling in the world, where everything goes right. It felt organic. You gave it your all, but it wasn't too pushed, and it was so well received. It was just like, once you're done, you just give this. You finally exhale.
Yeah.
And that's a huge reason of why I love this film because it gives me the juice, the jolt of why I love performing. It's like getting that little, when your battery goes down in your car and you get the little things and it just jump starts you like,
Oh!
But, yes. Kinnison and Mariah go back up to, they don't go back up. They go, like, up to, like...
They're, like, in the costume area or somewhere.
Yeah, costume
I don't know
area where the stagehands, like, deal with all the ropes and shit. And she's like, oh, you almost killed me. He's like,
I did kill you. You just didn't die.
Yeah, and then she gets hot.
They both get hot.
Yeah.
And they start making out, and then Claire Danes says, who are you now? And I love this line. Kinnison says, I don't know. So it's a good message.
Yeah.
I think. And then that's it. Movie's done. Wow.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I liked it. I did.
I thought you might, and I was really surprised that you have not seen this film.
I really did enjoy this film. I liked it a lot. It had me fucking rolling. I was quoting the bitch left and right.
Mm-hmm. That's when you know that Jarokk likes a movie, when he repeatedly says quotes.
Oh my god, I found a guardian at the gate, did you?
Yeah.
That still fucking gets me. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yep.
Would you watch it without me?
Absolutely.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Awesome. But yes, that was Stage Beauty. I really hope that anyone that is listening to this at least plans on watching this in the future.
Oh god, yeah, please.
It is so good.
If you haven't watched it yet before this airs, then please watch it. And
yes,
it is so good.
It is really good, especially if you are an artist, a performer. It really does give you that jolt of inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, have you given any thought to what you have in store for me?
I have.
Great.
I am going to start us off with Christmas.
Christmas? You're doing a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We gonna do Die Hard, bitch, with a little John McClane. This is for you, fellas.
This is for the men.
This is for the fellas and the women's that loves the John McClane. Die Hard.
All I know of is Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Close.
Is that it?
Yeah, it is it.
Oh, then why'd you say close? Why?
Because that was close. That was close to how he did it.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Did I not perform it proper for you?
Fucker.
Anywho, thank you guys so much for listening. Please, if you have a second, just take a moment to like, subscribe, give us a little review if you have the time as well. We are all over social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Movies in Contemplation, and also, what was I fucking gonna say? See, I had it, and I lost it. I botched it.
It's a bot's job.
Yeah, we need to get like
It's a botched
we need to get
job.
a better script for this part.
No?
I think so. Or give like jobs to who says what.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
We're not organized,
No.
but please like us.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, and please leave us a review at Apple's Podcast. You can find us at all platforms that are hosting the podcasts and da-da-da.
Way to upstage me.
You're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I thought, you get the gist. So, folks, thank you for joining us this week. Be prepared for Die Hard. Get that watch in. Let's talk about it next week. And we'll see you cats next time.
I hate you.
Down, strumpet, thou weepest of him to my face!
Oh no, Lord, please let me
Back,
live for
strumpet.
another 30 minutes, so please, I pray.